Hello everyone. Let's start with the chemical properties of metals and nonmetals. That is the second property, reaction of metals and nonmetals with water. Let's first take up the general reaction of metals and water. The general reaction of metals and water is that when metals they react with the water H2O, they will form either metallic oxide or metallic hydroxide. But the important is that with this there is a product which is formed, that is hydrogen gas, which is denoted by the above arrow. This above arrow denotes that the product liberated is a gas and it is evolved during the reaction. So over here in this reaction, this is the most important thing, that there is evolution of hydrogen gas. How we will verify that the gas released is hydrogen? The test for hydrogen gas is how to test the hydrogen gas. We will take a burning splinter near the mouth of the test tube where the hydrogen gas is released. Suppose over here in this test tube the reaction is carried out and there are bubbles of hydrogen gas released, right? Then you have to take a burning splinter, that is a burning matchstick or a candle, over near the mouth of the test tube. If it starts burning with the popping sound, this means that the gas released is a hydrogen gas, because hydrogen gas is highly combustible and it burns with explosion. So that is why when the bubbles of hydrogen gas are released in the test tube, the flame, it will start burning with the popping sound. So there is evolution of hydrogen gas and this gas will burn with the popping sound. This will prove that the gas released is hydrogen gas. Let us take the general reaction, the specific example for this. For the specific example, let me take the magnesium ribbon which is given in your book, and you can watch one activity also related to this, which is the link for that activity is given in the description of this video. The magnesium ribbon, take a piece of it, put it in the water. There will be no reaction with the cold water. So there will be no reaction. Now slightly warm up this water. Keep this test tube with the water on the flame. When the water will become warm or hot, we will observe that now the reaction will start and it will change into magnesium hydroxide. Over here I have told you that there is formation of metallic hydroxide, so magnesium hydroxide, and the important thing is that there is evolution of hydrogen gas bubbles which you can test with the burning splinter, that it will start burning with the popping sound. So this proves that the gas released in the reaction is hydrogen gas. So magnesium, it does not react with cold water, but it will react with the warm water. Similarly, we have more examples like sodium, which is highly reactive, and potassium. These are highly reactive metals. They will react with the cold water also and even with the water vapor present in the air. So that means they will react vigorously and spontaneously with the water, and they can catch fire also because there is evolution of hydrogen gas. So that is why this reaction is very vigorous, and that is why they will react vigorously with water. they are stored in kerosene. This you have already studied in the previous chapters. So sodium and potassium, since they are highly reactive, they will react vigorously with water and can catch fire. That is why they are stored in the kerosene to cut off the supply of oxygen as well as with the water. So sodium and potassium, they are stored in kerosene. So this is all about the reaction of metals with the water. Now reaction of non-metals with the water. For reaction of non-metals with water, the non-metals, they will not react with water and they will show no reaction, and that means there will be no liberation of hydrogen gas. So that means this can be used as a test for metals as well as non-metals, because the metals, they will liberate hydrogen gas with the water, whereas non-metals, they will not liberate any hydrogen gas with the water and there will be no reaction. Now let's talk about the next chemical property, that is reaction of metals with acids. The general reaction of metals with acid is that metals, they will react with the acid to form salt, and again just like water there is again liberation of hydrogen gas. Now the test for hydrogen gas, to test whether the gas evolution is hydrogen or not, we have to again test it with the burning splinter. If it starts burning with the popping sound, that will prove us that the gas evolved during this reaction of metal and acid is hydrogen gas. Let's take an example. The most reactive metal over here is sodium. So it will, let's take any acid, hydrochloric acid. This is sodium which is reacting with hydrochloric acid. They will form salt and liberate hydrogen gas. Hydrogen gas is evolved over here. So that means hydrogen has gone. So what is left? Left is this one, sodium and chlorine. So what's the compound which is formed? The compound formed is sodium chloride. And what's the formula for sodium chloride? The formula for sodium chloride is NaCl. To balance this reaction, 2 and 2 and 2 over here. So the reaction is balanced. So salt, sodium chloride and liberation of hydrogen gas. In your book there is an activity which is given that you have to take the iron nails, put them in this hydrochloric acid. There is formation of salt, iron chloride, plus there is evolution of hydrogen gas. This is aqueous. Aqueous means that this is present in the water because this reaction takes place in the presence of water. This is iron chloride. Salt which is formed in the reaction. Next in reaction you can take over here is, you can take the zinc metal or zinc granule, put it in the sulfuric acid. Salt formed this ZnSO4 and there is evolution of hydrogen gas again. This reaction is important because with this there is liberation of heat energy also. So we can call this reaction as exothermic. Exothermic means that the heat energy is evolved in this reaction. Now over here we have to remember one very important thing, that is there are some metals which do not liberate hydrogen gas and they will not form salt also. That means there will be no reaction of those metals with the acid. Those special examples are copper, mercury which is Hg, silver Ag, gold Au and platinum. So copper, mercury, silver, gold and platinum. These metals, they will not react with the acid. There is no reaction of these 5 metals with the acid, and there will be no evolution of hydrogen gas over here. So this is all about the reaction of metals with the acids. And for the reaction of non-metals with the acid, again there will be no reaction of non-metal with the acid. There will be no liberation of hydrogen gas.